With all this talk of rebooting the DC film universe, here's how I would mirror the comic books to have our cake and eat it too. Reboot it all, but you also expand the Reeves universe, and that's kind of what the comics are right now. There's this thing called DC Black Label, and it is all of the characters, but they're all in a darker tone, and no one's confused. It's a different format. It feels different. I would let Matt Reeves continue out his universe. I'd let him get to Robins and Nightwings and all those things, but the thing that we like about the Matt Reeves universe is it's 85-90% grounded.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a grounded Superman. I want to see Superman. I don't want to see Green Lantern have to deal with space cop stuff on Earth. I want to see him space cop. I want the expanded universe of DC not to worry about Batman. And then when you do the reboot it all, I'd have that Batman introduced as someone that's aware of these gods, and never have Batman fight Superman. It doesn't make sense. Have Batman and Superman be two sides of the same justice coin, and then you have Batman, once you get to the Justice League, be your eye line for how we humans would interact with gods. Have the element of the gods in the Justice League, but keep your Matt Reeves Batman separate from your DC Batman, so you have like a DC Black Label as well as your regular DC universe. And that way, as you're expanding these, Matt Reeves can do his Penguin show. We can have that darker universe. We can have Arkham. We can have Barry Keoghan as Joker. And then you can find out if you have a darker character like Constantine, he could go to Matt Reeves land, and you can have your DC characters that are the archetypal brighter characters in our DC universe. Keep them separate.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I would reboot it and then DC Black Label it.
Wow.
That's what I'd do.
That would be.
Let me have it.
That would be awesome.
But can we also acknowledge the benefit of the Nothing is Connected?
Yes.
Now, if you look at what's happened this year with Marvel, I think the Marvel Phase 4 films I've enjoyed for the most part, but I think the biggest problem has been fan expectation versus delivery. Had I gone into Multiverse of Madness without having seen the Multiverse trailer, would have had more of a good time with the Sam Raimi film. I think waiting for things to be connected is a flaw inherently unless you know how to do it long game. So I think there's an absolute benefit to having Nothing is Connected, and that's why I'd have these two universes. I'd run parallel universes, one where nothing's connected, one where things are. Audiences are 15 years into peak superhero culture. We don't have to worry about aunts in Idaho not understanding anymore. We get it now. You can have both of these things coexist without having to worry about there being like, why are there two Batmans? There's three Batmans right now.
There is.
Yeah.
That's true. And one of them's not even showing up anywhere. I want to thank Coy for taking this show seriously today and offering actual content that is digestible in what we normally do. I want to say to everyone else, you blew it. We all blew it. We all failed.
Thank you for introducing me to Aunts in Idaho. That's going to be my favorite show.
Aunts in Idaho.
Look at the medium of comic books. You're inherently allowing creativity into your concept, like your digestion of it, right? Like you're the one that's moving the panels. You're the one that's thinking of the action between the panels. A movie is a different medium. It's telling you how to receive that information. It's painting the picture for you. Inherently, Batman and Superman can coexist in a comic book easier than in a movie because we're hiring two actors that are of the same species to act like superheroes. So by the nature of the mediums, you need to adjust your plans accordingly, and I think that's the strength of starting over.